Gentlemen, I'm MTG Budget Brew, and today we're going to continue trying to brew a budget version of Yuriko for Brawl. So yesterday we ended up with this deck list, and we went 2-1, but it got pretty late. It was like almost 1 in the morning, something like that. And my goal with the deck is to get 10 wins with the final version of the deck, and that was just going to take way too long. We're only 3 matches in. We're 2-1. So we're going to continue playing with this version of the deck. We're going to see how it performs. We'll see if this could be it. This could be a viable version of a budget Yuriko deck. But we need to get some more games in, see just how consistent the deck is, see how reliable it is, see if it's actually any good. We could end up going on an 0-5, loss streak right now, which means we need to take another look at the deck. And don't mind me, I'm just cracking open a monster. Is it 10:22 in the morning? Maybe. All right, we're going first. We don't have access to black mana in this hand, so we're going to take our free mulligan. And we are going to be playing in casual Brawl, not competitive. Let's see, we'll start with Choked Estuary, reveal a land, and pass. Yeah, casual is just more fun. Competitive is exceptionally sweaty, and normally when I build my budget decks, I do it in casual. I play casual historic because playing on ranked, it's just less fun. It just is. Here we'll start with a Futurist Operative. We get down our Gate of the Black Dragon. Next turn we can play our Swamp. We'll have 3 mana available. We can just hardcast Yuriko if we want, or we could Commander Ninjutsu it in. We do have a second blue source, so we could ninjutsu in Yuriko and then bounce Operative to our hand and recast it by getting down this island. Our opponent's holding up 2 mana. They could have a lot of removal options here. Shock, Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, bunch of stuff. I think I'm just going to hardcast the Yuriko. Opponent's checking out our Futurist Operative. Go to combat. We swing. Do we get to connect for damage? Probably not. They lightning bolts the Yuriko. That's fine. We deal 1 damage. We set our opponent to 24. Our opponent's playing Omnath, Locus of Rage, 7 mana, 5/5 elemental, landfall. Whenever land you control enters, create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token. Whenever Omnath or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to any targets. They just got down in Azusa, Lost but Seeking. They can play 2 additional lands on each of their turns. It's pretty gross. Let's see. We have a Withering Torment in our hand. We can kill Azusa, but I don't know how relevant that is. Kind of want to get this Obscura Storefront out of the way. I think Chronicle of Victory needs to leave the deck. So Azusa. I mean, I guess I will kill her. They already got value out of the Azusa, though. They already got to play 2 additional lands. That's why it didn't feel great killing this. But if they did have enough lands in hand with this still out for this turn, they could have gotten Omnath out already. Instead, they're going to play a Renin 7. They +1 it. Reveal top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand. The rest into your graveyard. Cool. They revealed basically 3 ramp spells and 1 land. All right, we've got 5 mana here. And we go to combat. We will Commander Ninjutsu in the Yuriko. Return Futurist Operative to our hand. We deal 1 damage to our opponent. We trigger Yuriko. We reveal Donatello. Our opponent takes 3 additional damage. 3 is not bad. I kind of want to hold up mana for a counterspell next turn. Not even a counterspell, but the counterspell. Here we'll grab, we'll grab a Swamp. We will Swamp cycle away our Troll of Khazad Doom. Now, it is extremely telegraphed that we have a counterspell up. Not only do we have 2 blue sources of mana up But he knows that we have a 1-drop that we could have played there. The fact that we did not, he 100% for sure knows that we have a counter spell. So is he going to try to play through it? Is he going to try to play around it? Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Do I want to let this resolve? I'm going to say no. With that not resolving, he does not have a blocker on the board for Yuriko, which is kind of nice for us. Next turn, we are going to have to worry about Omnath coming out. We could play Chronicle of Victory. When it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control the chosen type get +2/+2, have first strike and trample. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. We could get this down, buff our Yuriko. But it's probably better to go wide. Let's go to combat. Let's deal 1 damage to our opponent. Trigger Yuriko. 39% chance to hit a land. We hit the land, unfortunate. I think I'm just going to hand dump here. Play out Donatello. Play out the Ink Rise Infiltrator. Play out the Futurist Operative. And we just go wide so that hopefully next turn, 1 or 2 of our ninjas can connect, deal damage, and we'll be able to trigger Yuriko a few times. Our opponent's Renin 7 is now up to 8 loyalty counters, so it can ultimate next turn. The -8 says, return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You get an emblem with, you have no max hand size. Right now, they do have a decent amount. They're going to burn down the house, wipe our board. Pretty lame. I wasn't expecting a board wipe out of Gruul. Found burn down the house, which is probably one of their few real options. They found it in the top quarter of the deck. Unfortunate for us. Like, super unlucky, actually. I guess I just hard cast Yuriko. I don't know if we would have been punished if we had played Chronicle of Victory. Our opponent's going to cast Atali. That's disgusting. They take our roaming throne. It's pretty rude. All right, we'll just concede here. I don't like the way the deck feels. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete the old one. All right, what do we need for Yuriko to be successful? 1, we need ninja creatures. There's Brawl. We need ninjas that can deal damage to trigger Yuriko's ability. We need a low drop evasive creatures that we can Commander Ninjutsu Yuriko in place of. And then we need big bombs, high CMC spells that hopefully have built-in cost reduction in case we do try to eventually cast those spells. And we need a bunch of top deck manipulation. It doesn't sound like it should be this hard, but it really has been. Okay, so there is a 15 drop in black. That is going to be one of our rares. It has to be. It is the most potential damage that we can reveal with Yuriko. It is Shadow of Mortality. 15 damage that we can deal to our opponent if we reveal this card off the top. Roaming Throne being able to double Yuriko's triggered ability, insane. Roaming Throne, I think it's got to go in. It's 4 mana 4/4 with Ward 2. The Ward 2 is really nice. We go with the Yuriko. We pair it with the Yuriko. That'll be 3 of our rares already. Okay. Yuriko, Roaming Throne, Shadow of Mortality. Other big bombs in our colors. Let's see about dual colored. I don't think there's any dual colored spells that are really high CMC. It's Prototype X8. This is 10 damage. Spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Whenever another creature you control enters, if you cast it, sack it. If you do, conjure a duplicate of it onto the battlefield. Duplicate perpetually becomes a robot artifact in addition to its other types. 10 mana, 8/8 that has built-in cost reduction, and it's a creature. There's a chance that I want to lean into Recursion. I had originally tried, I liked the idea with the first version of our deck to go self-mill. Because if we're going to be running some massive big bombs like a 10 drop, being able to throw it into our graveyard and possibly recur it doesn't seem bad. And there are cards that allow us to put creatures from our graveyard on top of our library. So self-mill still sounds like a decent plan. And the easiest thing to recur out of the graveyard are creatures. And so far, our 2 big bombs are creatures. Let's see, maybe I just want creatures for our bombs. We have a few of the, we've been running a few of the like get an extra turn spells that are like 8 mana. Maybe that's not the move. All right, let's look at bombs. Let's look up cost less. Emrakul, the Promised End. This one, great card to have in our deck. 13 costs 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. Dawning Archaic costs 1 less for each instant sorcery spell in your graveyard. Seems pretty good. 8-drop. This is a 9-drop Sunderflock. 9 mana, 5/5 flying. When it enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. Costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals you control. I don't think we're going to have any high CMC elementals to really give this any cost reduction, but maybe that just doesn't matter. We have 6 rares right now. Vampiric Tutor is one of the cards that I definitely want in the deck. Maybe we go Torgar and Gorex. 8 mana, 4/4 Death Touch. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may exile any number of creature cards from your graveyard. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. It's almost like it has Delve, which is kind of cool. Whenever Gorex attacks or dies, choose a card at random, exile the Gorex, and put that card into its owner's hand. All right, I fuck with Gorex. That's pretty cool. And what about Torgar? Famine Incarnate. 8 mana, 7/6 avatars. Additional cost to cast a spell. You may sack any number of creatures. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacked this way. When it enters, up to 1 target player loses. Up to 1 target player's life total becomes half their starting life total, rounded down. How much life do we start with in Brawl? It's not 40. Is it 30 or 35? When it enters, up to 1 target player's life total becomes half their starting life total, rounded down. So we set our opponent to like 15 or 17, something like that. The cost reduction, it's not the same kind of cost reduction as like the rest of these. This costs less for having creatures in our graveyard. This costs less for instant sorceries in our graveyard. This costs less for card types in our graveyard. This, we can exile things out of our graveyard. Torgar. I really wouldn't want to sack our ninjas to get this out. I don't think. 7/6 avatar. It has no trample. It has no flying. It has no sort of evasion to help us deal damage to our opponent. At that point, I legitimately think Sunderflock would be better. I think I would rather hard cast a Sunderflock for 9 mana than sack off creatures to get a Torgar. But those are just the cards that have built-in cost reduction. We could just choose something else that's more expensive. I really wanted the Icebreaker Kraken to be good. This has built-in cost reduction. It does. 12 mana, 8/8, Snow Creature Kraken, affinity for Snowlands. When it enters, artifacts and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during that player's next untap step. Return 3 Snowlands you control to the owner's hand. Return the creature to its owner's hand. I really want the Kraken to work. I do. Right now we have 8 rares in our deck. We can add 2 more. Valgavoth seemed pretty good as a 9-drop. It's pretty solid. I'm going to add in Valgavoth. I'm not going to add in Arden. We tried that with the first version of our deck. And then the final rare, it is going to be Vampiric Tutor. Vampiric Tutor is just like the best card to pair with Yuriko. If we know we're about to deal damage with Yuriko, we can play Vampiric Tutor, search your library for a card, shuffle, put that card on top, you lose 2 life. I have gotten to Vampiric Tutor, the Shadow of Mortality, to the top of our library and deal an additional 15 damage to our opponent with Yuriko. So Vampiric Tutor, It's got to go in. That one's a non-negotiable. I don't think there's any other tutors that we specifically need to run. This puts into your hand. This puts into your hand. That's the wrong kind of tutors. Cruel tutor. Search your library for a card, then shuffle, put that card on top, you lose 2 life. Oh. All right, Cruel Tutor. This needs to go into our deck. Hate the artwork. Absolutely hate the artwork. Just a zoomed in image of Ozai's face. I would prefer it look like this. Okay, so Cruel Tutor needs to go into our deck, which means I need to cut something. Which of our rares do we cut? Gorex is the smallest CMC, the lowest CMC rare that we added. We get rid of Gorex. Sorry, Gorex. All right, we'll play Cruel Tutor. These are going to be our rares for now. Okay. Okay. So, what do we need for the deck? We need ninjas. We need ways to deal damage with those ninjas. For these big boys, we need discard effects and then recursion effects. Let's see. Scry effects are very strong. Something like a Fairy Seer on turn 1 is nuts. Fairy Seer has flying. That is a form of evasion. We go turn 1 Fairy Seer. We can Scry 2. Set up our Yuriko literally on turn 2 already. Something like Fairy Seer, Silver Raven, Artificer's Assistant. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Scry 1. That still works with Yuriko. Actually, no, it doesn't. Not if we Commander Ninjutsu Yuriko into the Artificer's Assistant. That doesn't work, but still not bad. Overwhelmed Apprentice. When it enters, each opponent mills 2 cards, then you Scry 2. On turn 1, it's not the worst play ever. Scry 2 in general, also just not that bad. Preordain, Scry 2, draw card. Preordain seems like a good card to run. Yuriko, Human Ninja. Okay. Now, historic spells are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Artificer's Assistant, Preordain. Moon Circuit Hacker, definitely want this one in. That one's a ninja. Deliberate, Scry 2, then draw a card. That is just a worse version of Preordain, right? 1 mana sorcery, Scry 2, draw. Deliberate is at least an instant, Scry 2, draw card. Still not great. Scour all possibilities. I'm a big fan of the Scry 2. Scry 2 seems pretty good. Omen Speaker is not great. Omen of the Sea. 2 mana enchantment flash when it enters Scry 2, then draw a card. You pay 3, sack this enchantment to Scry 2. Seems like a solid card to add to the deck. All right, how many Scry effects is that? Pretty good amount. Let's see, in black, probably not as many Scry effects, not good ones. Poison the Cup is like a maybe. Maybe Poison the Cup goes into our deck as one of our removal spells. Destroy target creature. If the spell was foretold, Scry 2. Could help set up Yuriko. Okay, we'll add Poison the Cup as one of our removal spells. We have our 10 rares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 Scry 2 effects, which is pretty good. See, someone was running Dream Beavers in their deck. 1 mana, 1/1 flying. When it enters, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. Scry 1. Yeah, Dream Beavers, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. I'm going to add in 1 more Scry effect. I wonder if there's a dual colored Scry. Curdle's insane. So I think that'll be our 10th one. Okay, we've got 10 rares. We've got 10 Scry effects. We already started adding removal into the deck. Let's add the rest of our removal. There are 2 destroy enchantment effects we need to add to the deck. That would be Feed the Swarm and Withering Torment. Oh, I forgot about Shredder's Technique. 3 mana, destroy target creature or enchantment. If enchantment was destroyed this way, you lose 2 life. Shredder's Technique, that is sick. So we have 3 ways to destroy enchantments. That is great. That is normally a struggle for our colors. I like Fading Hope. I think Fading Hope is a great card, and it has a Scry ability on it. It's a bounce effect. For me, that counts as removal. It's like, I would call it pseudo removal, but that basically counts. We could run Boomerang Basics. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand if you control that permanent and draw a card. Oh, it's not an instant though. God, if Boomerang Basics was an instant, it'd be so goated. So no. Brainstorm definitely needs to go in the deck. I need someone to remind me to not forget about that card. What other removal spells would we want to run? We can run Wash Away because we're in casuals. We can't run Wash Away because we're in casuals. This is banned in regular Brawl, but competitive Brawl can still run Wash Away. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Man, I say it all the time. I'm not a blue player. I'm not a counter spell player. If I'm going to run counter spells, like which ones do I do? I don't even like running the OG counter spell because it requires double blue. I always run Essence Scatter, even though Essence Capture is literally just an upgraded version. Oh no, it costs double blue. That's why I don't like it. It'll quench you. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Make Disappear is a good one. Negate. Let's add in a Negate. Let's add in an Essence Scatter. Let's add in... Doesn't Mana Leak say the same thing but for 3 mana? 1 in a blue, instant, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. So yeah, it's just a better version of It'll Quench You. But It'll Quench You has the benefit of being a lesson for some decks. Okay. We've got 3 counter spells, 1 for creature, 1 for non-creature, and just 1 in general. We got the 1 Fading Hope, and then 4 removal spells. I want Bone Shards, Destroy, discard. And Bitter Triumph. As additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card to pay 3 life, destroy target creature or planeswalker. That's literally perfect. I want a way to destroy planeswalkers because this is Brawl, so you can run planeswalkers as your commander. So having a way to destroy them, that's good. And the discard effects will be good for some of our larger bombs. If we have something like a Valgavoth in our hand, we're not expecting to hardcast that, and we don't want to. But something that we could do is use a Bitter Triumph, use the Bone Shards, discard Valgavoth into our graveyard, and hopefully recur it later. So let's see. We have 10 scry effects. We have 10 removal effects. We have our 10 rares. What else do we want? We need more ninja cards for sure. Am I that concerned about draw? Yuriko has built-in draw, which is pretty nice. Maybe I do a combination. I add in 5 draw spells, 5 dedicated draw spells, and then 5 like ramp / mana fixing cards. Let's see. Draw, top of a library. Brainstorm, Ponder, Brain Surge, Forever Young, that's 4. Brainstorm, Ponder, Brain Surge. Forever Young. Do I play the Pondering Mage? 5 mana is very expensive. It is a second Ponder effect, though. I will give a shot to the Pondering Mage. Okay, we added 5 dedicated draw spells. Let's take a look at mana fixing. Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart. Let's go with the colored ones. Dimir Signet, Talisman of Dominance. I was going to add in one more mana rock. Which would it be? Probably something that finds a basic land. Maybe just a Traveler's Amulet. Maybe the Renegade map. No, I like Environmental Sciences. Okay, Environmental Sciences. 4 mana rocks. Okay, we now have 20 cards remaining in the deck. What are we still missing? We want to add unblockable creatures, more ninjas, like 2 or 3 recursion spells. I think that's it. Let's see. Ninjas, unblockable, recursion. Let's start with recursion spells. What is the wording for Forever Young? Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library, draw a card. I think there's a land that does this too. Creature, graveyard, library. I could have sworn that there's a land that does this. Witch's Cottage. This land enters tapped unless you control 3 or more other swamps. When this land enters untapped, you may put a target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Witch's Cottage, pretty dope. I think we're going to add that into the deck. For the rest of this, let's see. Maybe I should add on top. Just want to see if there's any more other effects like Forever Young that we want to run. See, 2 mana, 2/2 zombie worm. When it enters, mill 3 cards. When this creature dies, you may exile it. When you do, put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. That does it. It's not recursion, not what I'm looking for. But that's a good, very good effect to have. No, not Morbius. No, Fairy Snoop. No. Polygraph Orb. Once artifact enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, put the rest in your graveyard, you lose 2 life. Nah. Kami of Restless Shadows. 5 mana, 3/3. When this creature enters, choose 1. Return up to 1 target ninja or rogue creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That has synergy with our deck. Or put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Kami of Restless Shadows. You'll be added to the deck. That's good. Didn't we just have 80 cards? Yes, and we added 2. Oh, we added Witch's Cottage. Okay. Let's see. We'll add both of these. Now, actual recursion, I want Zombify. Zombify is just solid. Let's see. Return. Creature, graveyard, battlefield. All the Death Dweller, mana value 3 or less. Blood for Bones has... that requires us to sack a creature. This will cost to cast a spell, sack a creature, return a creature card from graveyard to the battlefield, then return another creature card from graveyard to your hand. Blood for Bones. I don't know about that one. Unearth. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. Trying to recur our big bombs, ideally. Total mana value 4. No. Mana value 3 or less. Deadly Plot. Return target zombie creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. No. Victimize is just a better version of Blood for Bones, right? Requires us to sack a creature, though, which I still don't love, but maybe Victimize is the move. Add in Victimize, and maybe that's just it. Yeah, maybe that's just it. Sneaky Snacker is an interesting card. This is a 2 mana 2/1 fairy rogue with flying. Whenever you draw a 3rd card in a turn, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It's a 2-drop with evasion, right? It's got flying. And Yuriko has built-in draw. The odds of us drawing a 3rd card in a turn, I think it's pretty likely. It is a rogue, however. It's not a ninja, which is a bummer. Hello, hello. I think we're going to leave it here. What colors? Demir. Blue, black. I think we're good with Victimize and Zombify as our real recursion. And then running the Paramecia and the Kami as ways to put a target creature card from our graveyard on top of our library. That has more synergy with Yuriko anyway. It's probably good enough. Okay, we have 16 cards left to add to the deck. We need more ninjas. We need unblockable creatures. We need potential ways to make Yuriko unblockable. So far, we only have... let's see. We have Curdle. It says whenever you attack our creature, can't be blocked this turn. Unstoppable Slasher. No, not if it's a rare. Yeah, not if it has rare. So we already added the 10 rares to our deck, and that is the max that we're running for our budget. 10 rares that we are running are Yuriko counts as one, unfortunately. Vampiric Tutor, Cruel Tutor, because these both have top deck manipulation, which is good for Yuriko. Roaming Throne to double up Yuriko's ability. And then we've got our big bombs that we want to try and reveal with Yuriko. We've got Valgavoth, Prototype X8, the Dawning Archaic, Icebreaker Kraken, Emrakul, and Shadow of Mortality. The reason we added these 5 is because they all have built-in cost reduction. This costs 1 less for each card. Costs 1 less for each card type among cards in your graveyard. This will cost less for our snow lands. This costs less for each instant sorcery. This costs 2 less for each creature card in our graveyard. Valgavoth is just a fucking beast, and the Shadow of Mortality is the max damage that we can do. Mesmeric Orb. Yeah, I thought about trying to run self-mill. We tried that yesterday. It wasn't feeling good. Okay, so from here, let me take a look at ninjas. So ninjas that we want to add. Futurist Operative. We go common, uncommon. Futurist Operative. Phantom Ninja is literally perfect. It's a ninja that can't be blocked. Incredible. Inkrise Infiltrator has flying. Nezumi Prowler can give Death Touch. Undead Hand Ninja can give Death Touch. Splinter has Menace. That's good. Kind of want to add the Saiba Cryptomancer. We can flash this in and give something hexproof. Might be relevant. There might be something we want to keep alive. We're at 91 cards. Ninja of the Hand, I like it. It has Death Touch, and it could potentially make our opponent discard a card. Whether it steals combat damage player, draw a card, lose 1 life. Attacking creatures, attacking ninjas gets life link. Silver Fur Master, I don't think super matters. We don't have a lot of ninjutsu abilities. It does buff our creatures. Ninja of the Deep Hours, draw. That one's good. We're at 92. Fuck it. We'll add Silver Fur Master, the Ingenious Infiltrator, and also Ninja of the Deep Hours. We're at 95 cards now. Seeing our ninjas are all over the place. Here, 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 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We just added 10 more. That's pretty good. We already had a decent amount of creatures with Evasion, Fairy Seer, Silver Raven, Futurist Operative, Artificer's Assistant. Let's see. For 5 more cards, let's go unblockable or can't be blocked. There's a few of the Changeling cards that I definitely want. For sure, I want Changeling Outcast. This one's perfect. Counts as a ninja, can't be blocked. Perfect for Yuriko. You could also run Slitherblade and like a Triton Shorestalker that gives us 2 more unblockable creatures. And then can't be blocked. We can add Aqueous Form. We can enchant one of our creatures so that they can't be blocked. And whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1. This card is literally built for Yuriko. It's literally perfect. Hooded Blight Fang has Death Touch. Yes, but I think that's a 3-drop and it's not a ninja. So I'm okay. Invisible Stalker. Invisible Stalker's pretty good. Can't be blocked, but it also has hexproof. Shadow Spear is a rare. Can't be blocked. Slitherblade, Aqueous Form, Triton Shorestalker, Changeling Outcast. That was part of our scry cards. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I need to take a screenshot of our deck so I can reference this later. Actually, I still need to do a mana base. Ah, god damn it. Okay, so we need Snowlands for Icebreaker Kraken. Ah, you stupid game. Now, what other lands am I going to run? There's at least 2 more Snowlands that we can run. Ice Tunnel and Shimmer Drift Veil. I think those are the only 2 other options. Yes. Now, what other utility lands will I run? There's maybe not a lot. Witch's Cottage specifically needs us to have swamps. See, Ice Tunnel is an island swamp. That's good. Shimmer Drift Veil is just a snowland. Contaminated Aquifer is a swamp. Have the Ice Tunnel already. We can run 1 Ash Barrens for the basic land cycling. I don't hate it. Obscura Storefront, I definitely like, and then Command Tower. That's probably good enough. See, our ratio, very even split. 49% of our deck has blue, 44% has black. So we're technically slightly higher in blue. I'll cut out 1 swamp, go up 1 island, and I think this will be it. Who's the commander? It's Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow. I want to look at the card, but with the other artwork and it just won't let me when I right click it, which is lame. I hate reading this version of the card. Yuriko, 3 mana, 1/3 human ninja. Says whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. So we want to deal damage with a ninja, reveal a big drop like Shadow of Mortality, which has a CMC cost of 15. We get to draw this card, and when we reveal it, our opponent will take 15 damage, which is fucking awesome. And it has Commander Ninjutsu, so we can ninjutsu this out of our command zone for a blue and a black. And you do not pay commander cost on the Commander Ninjutsu ability, which is dope. Okay, now I want to take a screenshot of our deck. So that way, if I restart, I can reference this later. Okay, let's get into some matches. This is like the 10th version of Yuriko that I've built. None of them have felt super great yet. Let's hope that this one feels better. Already, I'm unsure about, I think, the recursion spells. I don't know how relevant they'll be. I don't know how necessary they will be. But we'll see. Our opponent's going first. We don't have access to both colors of our mana, which is ass. We will take our free mulligan. Cruel Tutor is one of the better cards that we can find in the deck. Search your library for a card, then shuffle, pull that card on top, you lose 2 life. That's really, really good. This opening hand looks pretty sick. We can go turn 1, Artificer's Assistant, 1 mana, 1/1 flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, scry 1. When we Commander Ninjutsu in the Yuriko, we won't get that scry trigger, but that's okay. We can set up a 1/1 flyer on turn 1. The odds of him setting up a flying blocker next turn, very unlikely, I would say. So we should be able to already connect and deal damage with the Yuriko. Let's start with Artificer's Assistant and pass. Our opponent's running Marina Vendril, Wooburg for 3/5 human warlock, It says, when Marina enters, reveal the top 7 cards of your library, put all enchantment cards from among them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Tap this to lock or unlock a door of target room you control. Activate only as a sorcery. They just got down a Jukai Naturalist, which is an absolutely terrifying card. But I was correct. They do not have a flying blocker. Poison the Cup could foretell this. Let's try and kill Jukai Naturalist next turn. I don't think it's worth it. Let's go to combat. Swing the assistant. We go to blockers. They can't declare any blockers. We can now command our ninjutsu in the Yuriko. Bounce the assistant to our hand. We deal 1 damage to our opponent. Yuriko reveals a Fading Hope. Our opponent loses 1 additional damage. And now we have to discard a card. Let's discard, I guess, the tap land. We have 3 other basics. That's fine. I don't think he's going to swing with Jukai Naturalist. Ooh. Is he missing a land drop here? No. He's just being weird. All right, he played Enchantress's Presence, 3-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. Next turn, we have 3 mana available. He swings the Jukai Naturalist. That's kind of big for us. If we want, right now, we can Cruel Tutor. We can deal 15 points of damage to our opponent. I think we just go for it, right? We cast Cruel Tutor. We put Shadow of Mortality on top of our library. We lose 2 life. We swing with Yuriko. We deal 1 point of damage to our opponent to 22. Reveal the Shadow of Mortality. Our opponent takes 15 and goes down to 7 life. That's pretty good. If Yuriko is still alive next turn, we can poison the cup as Jukai Naturalist or even just Fading Hope it to get it out of the way. Probably just Fading Hope it. We'll swing in with Yuriko, deal 1 more point of damage. Potentially end the game right there. In fact, the Fading Hope would be better. The Fading Hope would give us the Scry because Jukai Naturalist is mana value 3 or less. That Scry could win us the game. But this is assuming Yuriko's still alive. So we will see. Our opponent shocks in a breeding pool. That's crazy. So that way he can play Restricted Office, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. When you unlock this door. Interesting. Yeah, let's just Fading Hope is Jukai Naturalist. We get to scry 1. Ninja of the Deep Hours. That's a 4-drop. We leave that on top. That's lethal. We connect with Yuriko. We deal 1. We reveal Ninja of the Deep Hours. Our opponent loses 4 more life. That's game. That is GG. All right. Well, that was a pretty good game 1. I won't lie. It's pretty good. That's pretty optimal for our deck. Finding one of our 2 really good tutors, being able to connect with Yuriko. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. In theory, we could one-shot some of our opponents. If we're able to get Yuriko out alongside a Roaming Throne. No, Roaming Throne wouldn't double the damage. We'd have to have 2 big things stacked on top of our library. Nah. We're probably never going to one-shot someone. In theory, it could happen. If we connected for with 3 ninjas and revealed our 3 biggest bombs off the top, in theory, we could kill someone, but that's such a small chance of happening. Ooh, You want to make one of those now? Hey, don't waste your wild cards yet. Or, you know, if you're going to make a better version of Yuriko, then yeah, go ahead and spend your wild cards. But if you want a budget version, if you want this budget version, I would say hold off on it. This opening hand has Vampiric Tutor. This is the even better tutor than what we just used. Search your library for a card, shuffle, put that card on top, you lose 2 life. Same exact card, but this only costs 1 mana. Let's see. I already have like a lot of cards. Then build a Yuriko deck. She is one of the 4 most... She's one of the 4 most popular or best decks according to Untapped. She's one of the best 4 Brawl commanders right now. But I can't remember if that was for competitive or regular Brawl. I think it was for competitive. Yes. Yeah, she's one of the top 4 commanders for competitive Brawl. Fuck off, opponent. You don't spend wild cards on new decks. All right, our opponent scooped because they couldn't wait 30 seconds while I was looking at Untapped. A dub's a dub. We're going to take it. Yeah. Rare occasion I use them. Yeah, in that case... Yeah, if you look at Untapped, tier list, competitive Brawl, best of 1 from June 23rd to now, across Bronze all the way to Mythic. They have data on 320,000 matches. Yuriko is listed here in the A tier because of the win rate. It looks like anything above 62% is A tier. And Yuriko is the most popular of the 4 A tier decks with 13,000 matches played. Yeah, and this is what a typical Yuriko deck list looks like for competitive. A lot of rares in here. I did the math. I copied this deck to Arena. I counted up all the rares. It was like pushing like 60. And I don't remember the split between regular rares or mythics, but it was like a lot. Most of it mana base, if I'm being honest. But that's usually the case. But yeah, 60 rares is just, that's an absurd amount. That's a crazy amount of rares for a deck. I could never justify that much. I'm not sweaty enough of a player to want to spend that much. Like, I'm not trying to reach top of the leaderboard for competitive Brawl. Like, I don't care. All right, we are going first. We have a turn 1 Slither Blade, which is pretty good. Witch's Cottage. This gives us access to both colors of mana. It's not the greatest hand I've ever seen. It does work. Do I take the free mulligan? I'm gonna be greedy and keep it. Actually, this is gonna enter tapped on too. This was a mistake. We're gonna play the turn 1 Slither Blade, but we can't even Commander Ninjutsu out the Yuriko yet. We have to get down our tap land. We're swinging for 1. Okay, here we can already get Yuriko out. We could also set up our Cold Steel Heart. It's probably a smarter play. But if we Commander Ninjutsu out Yuriko, we do have 1 blue mana available to still recast Slitherblade, which I don't hate. We deal 1 damage with Yuriko, set our opponent to 23. We reveal Undead Hand Ninja. We deal 2 additional points of damage, set our opponent to 21. Now they played Sten, Paranoid Partisan. 2 mana 2/2 artifact. As Sten enters, choose a card type other than creature or land. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. He chose artifact. Pay 3, exile Sten, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Station, tap another creature you control, put charge counters on this planet equal to its power. Station only is a sorcery. This is pay a blue, tap, add a blue for each artifact you control. That's pretty gross. Surge Engine can't be blocked. I'm going to set up the Undead Hand Ninja and maybe just the Cold Steel Heart. Select black. Slither Blade can deal 1 damage. It's not going to trigger Yuriko because it is not a ninja, but that's fine. We'll just get in for our 1 point of damage. One's going to play Hedron Archive. Ooh, that is ballsy. They use their Surge Engine to station their planet. And we have a Pondering Mage. Okay, this could be a really, really big turn for us. We have 4 points of damage on the board. Pondering Mage, 5 mana, 3/4. When it enters, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, draw a card. We're going to cast this. We're going to get a look at our top 3. And they're not good. They're not good. We're going to put this back. We're going to shuffle. We're going to draw a card. We draw onto an island. We'll go to combat, and we hope that we hit big with this Yuriko. We'll get 2 Yuriko triggers here. We deal 4, set our opponent to 16. Yuriko trigger 1, hit a land, unlucky. Hit double island. That's horrendous. That shuffle was garbage. We drew into an island off the Pondering Mage, drew into 2 more islands off of the Yuriko. That is so unfortunate. Chromatic Orrery comes out. We spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Tap, add 5. Tap, add 5 colorless. Pay 5, tap this, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Oh, what the hell was that? A board wipe. When it enters, if you cast it, for each player, choose a creature with power 2 or less that player controls and destroy all creatures except creatures chosen this way. Move Yuriko back to our graveyard. Our opponent is going to lose 1 life. We'll gain a life from our Undead Hand Ninja. Board wipes are lame. We're getting close to being able to cast our Icebreaker Kraken. That's kind of cool. Withering Torment. Destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose 2 life. Got a bunch of artifacts. We can Commander Ninjutsu Yuriko back in. We could also just hard cast Yuriko. We have not cast her yet. That would cost 3 mana. And we have enough for the Roaming Throne. This is actually really sick. We'll go Roaming Throne, choose Ninja. Hard cast the Yuriko. When this Undead Hand Ninja deals damage, we'll get 2 Yuriko triggers. So we'll deal 2, set our opponent to 13. We get to reveal top 2, and it's lethal. That's an Emrakul, the Promised End on top. 13 damage off the top. Didn't even get to see the second Yuriko trigger. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Just high roll your way to victory. Easy day. Easy day. Perfection. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the moments we live for with this deck. Hell yeah. Hey, we're 3-0 with this version of the deck. For those of you tracking at home, we are 3-0 with this budget version of Yuriko. Now, that second game, it was a free win. That was against our opponent who scooped because we took too long for our turn. Okay, here we are going into game number 4. Our opponent's playing Goshintai of Life's Origin. Pretty big Shrine Commander. See, with our opening hand, Honestly, I think this is fine enough to keep. We don't have a lot of top deck manipulation, but we do have a lot of ninjas. Shrines don't normally play a ton of creatures. I'm hoping they don't have a lot of creatures here. There's a Sithis, their greatest 2-drop that they could have played here. So I was hoping we'd be able to get onto the board around them pretty quickly. That is not happening. Let's see. Nezumi Prowler, Cyber Cryptomancer, Cold Steel Heart. Next turn, if we have 4 mana, we could go Splinter. No, I'm just going to set up Splinter now. Splinter has Menace. It can at least get around Sithis. Sithis is disgusting. 2 mana, 1/2. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain a life and draw a card. They play another creature. Bro, you're not supposed to be running this many creatures in your shrine deck. It's not supposed to happen. We're going to cast Cold Steel Heart. We'll select black. I forgot it enters tapped, and we say no tax. Second blocker fucked us. We missed out on 1 point of damage that we should have had. He's done nothing but cast creature spells. He has 3 creatures on the board. Fake ass enchantment deck. He's a phony. All right, we can destroy target creature or enchantment. If an enchantment was destroyed this way, you lose 2 life. Probably kill Sithis. Sithis is just insane. It gives too much value. I'm gonna play out. Let's see if I make this a 2/4. We're gonna play Silver Fur Master. It'll make Master Splinter into a 2/4. If they want to double block, they can't kill our creature. We deal 2 damage to our opponent's 24. Okay, that's good. Our opponent gets to play their Goshen Tie of Life's Origin. Get to make a shrine. We're gonna lose, and I think it's because we went second. See, when this enters, mill 3 cards. When this creature dies, you may exile it. When you do, put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. We have 6 mana here. We can flash in Cyber Cryptomancer. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If that's another creature, it also gains the abilities printed below this one until end of turn. What's the move? We have 2 ninjutsu creatures that we can ninjutsu in during combat. Let's see how he blocks. Oh. He's going to take the damage. That's good. Let's ninjutsu in Yuriko for Master Splinter. Go to damage. We deal 4. We get 2 Yuriko triggers here. 0 and 2. Okay. I can cycle this away. We have 4 mana. Definitely want to recast Splinter. I can play the Talisman of Dominance and then use this to cycle away the Ash Barrens. We can go grab another blue source. Shuffle our deck and island out of our deck. Doesn't seem terrible. Okay. We're in an okay position. This is problematic. Frogify. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a blue frog creature with base power and toughness 1/1. That's really bad. Our deck is not going to work without Yuriko. Not really. So, how do we kill our own commander? Dude, he doesn't even have shrines in his shrine deck. He doesn't. He's just running enchantment creatures. How do we kill off our own Yuriko? We can't even force him to kill it with blocks or make him take damage because he can just block with Sanctum Weaver, which is crazy. I guess we could flash in the Cyber Cryptomancer and make our creature a 2/2 so that way he can't just get free blocks with Sanctum Weaver. Visible Stalker, we can play. Here, let's go to combat. Let's see how he blocks. We have the Cyber Cryptomancer that we can flash in to give something +1/+1. We can kill his Goshen Tai here. If he wants to kill Yuriko for me, that's amazing. And then are you going to double block Splinter? There's no way he gives me Paradise Druid. What? This is crazy. We're going to flash in the Cyber Cryptomancer. We're going to back up Silver Fur Master, make it a 4/4. We're going to kill his Paradise Druid. And then he's going to kill our Yuriko so we can get it back into the command zone, which is incredible for us. Those were terrible blocks by him. I don't know what his thinking was. And we'll play this. We'll mill 3 and end the turn. That was an incredible turn for us. That was awesome. I could see blocking Silver Fur Master with your commander because you don't expect blue and black to flash in, you know, a +1/+1 counter onto their creature. It's just unlikely. So that's fair. The other blocks made no sense to me. He replays the Goshen Tai of Life's Origin. We have 5 creatures on the board. He has 4 blockers. Do not play another creature with your 1 or 2 mana. Do not do it. Do not play another blocker. Spirit Oasis, when it enters, draw a card for each shrine you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, draw a card. You get to draw 4 off of that? Bro, you have 1 shrine. I know these are shrines too. But what the hell? That should only be 3. So much extra draw. Prophecy Eidetic Memory. He just drew 11 cards this turn. Are you shitting me? Game is stupid. This game is stupid. Okay, Changeling Outcast. We want to play this. When we go to combat, do we have anything big in our graveyard? We have Pondering Mage. It's not horrible. Would I want to draw Pondering Mage next turn? That is the question. I'm going to swing both of these creatures. We're going to Commander Ninjutsu, the Invisible Stalker, to get our Yuriko back onto the field. He's going to block our other 2/2. We could kill his 12/12. If we really wanted to, we can Ninjutsu Nezumi Prowler in place of the Invisible Stalker. Put the Death Touch counter on this thing. Trade with his 12/12. And then we could also still Ninjutsu the Yuriko. Why not? And now Ninjutsu Yuriko in place of the Nezumi Prowler. We kill his big thing. We deal 3 damage to our opponent. Yuriko triggers. We deal 2 additional damage to our opponent. When this dies, we can exile it, put a target creature card on top of our library. We will do that. We will put the Pondering Mage on top because it's a pretty decent creature. And from here, can't cast Environmental Sciences. It'll shuffle our library. So I think we just play the Invisible Stalker. And end. Next turn, Changeling Outcast can deal damage, trigger Yuriko. We're gonna... No, this is fine. I want to draw into the Pondering Mage. Because next turn, we cast the Pondering Mage during our main phase. And then... hopefully the Scry 3 will be enough for us to win the game. Hopefully we'll be able to find enough damage. Oh my god. Witness Protection on the Yuriko. Bro. It's mad annoying. Changeling Outcast too. My god. Alright, we can't win this game. There's just no way. dude's hand size is 17. Or we'll just concede here. He's almost 20 cards deeper into his library than us. That's insane. All right, all right. We take a loss. We are 3-1 with the deck now. See, our opponent's going first. We have an Obscura Storefront. Fairy Seer. This opening hand looks pretty good. I like the Brainstorm. I like the Omen of the Sea. Fairy Seer. This is a lot of scrying that we have. We have 3, 5, 7, 10 scry, 11 scry effects in our hand. We can scry 11 cards. That's crazy. Question is, do I start with the Obscura Storefront? Damn, I really wish this had been a swamp to get a black source. Or do I go turn 1 Fairy Seer, 1/1 flying when I enter scry 2, and we find a swamp on top? No swamp on top. Horrifying. Shredder's Technique is removal. I kind of don't want to get rid of that. We will draw that for next turn. Our opponent's playing the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Okay. We're going to play Sylvan Library. 2-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand. Draw on this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library. Okay. Seems like a totally fair card. We will Obscura Storefront. We need to go find a black source. Get our swamp. Go to combat. We'll deal 1 to our opponent, set him to 24. See, something like Sylvan Library is a good reason to keep Shredder's Technique on top, because this can destroy a target creature or enchantment. And destroying the Sylvan Library, probably our top priority right now. Take damage. Pay 4 life. There you go. Paid 4 life. He went down to 20. That's good. Prosperous Innkeeper. Okay. When it enters, he gets a treasure. Next turn, are we going to ninjutsu in the Yuriko? I guess so. Let's brainstorm here. We'll draw 3, then put 2 cards back. Ooh, one of them's Emrakul. That's one of our big bombs. Okay. Draw 3, put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. We will put Emrakul and Ice Tunnel back. We leave Emrakul on top. Go to combat. Swing in with the Fairy Seer. Can't block. We ninjutsu in the Yuriko. Return the Fairy Seer to our hand. Yuriko will deal 1, set our opponent to 19. Reveal the Emrakul, deal 13 more damage to our opponent, set them down to 6. And at our end step, we have to discard a card. Let's discard maybe Pondering Mage. Might be too expensive right now. So our opponent pretty much can't take any extra cards from the Sylvan Library, right? Otherwise, they just die. They can take 1. They can go down to 2 life. But they pretty much have to put both cards back, which they did. Play a Lotus Cobra. They gain a life from the Prosperous Innkeeper. They have 4 mana available. They can cast the Squirrel Girl. She enters, they will make a squirrel. They gain another life. They gain 2 more life. They go up to 9. Take 1 damage. Okay. So we can kill the squirrel. We can destroy the Sylvan Library. Both seem good. Both seem like good things to do. I think I'm going to destroy the Squirrel Girl, though. Force them to have the 6 mana next turn. I can Fading Hope the token or Fading Hope the Lotus Cobra. I'm going to Fading Hope the Squirrel token, which is Cottage is on top. Scry 1. We'll scry that away. Let's see if he wants to give me Lotus Cobra. Probably not. He's going to risk taking the 1 damage here. Lethal off the top. Zombify for an additional 4. We set our opponent down to 4. We're so close to getting the last points of damage that we need. We're so close to closing out this game. But I think it's going to take another 2 turns at least. We're going to need to set up Fairy Seer as a flyer. Can we zombify anything? We can zombify the Pondering Mage. It's not horrible. They recast the Squirrel Girl. They go up to 6 life. Take 3, we go down to 22. Let's see. Let's go Fairy Seer. When it enters, we'll scry 2. Poison the Cup. I like that. Let's see if they block Yuriko or not. They do. They block with a squirrel. Makes sense. From here, let's zombify, bring back Pondering Mage. It's a look at the top 3. And still just leave. Poison the Cup on top. And a leak and Splinter. Do I care about Splinter? Human Wizard, Fairy Wizard. No. Decline. We'll draw the Poison the Cup. Man, they've gotten so much value from that Sylvan Library. Next turn, we can Poison the Cup to kill the Squirrel Girl again. But then what? Cast Omen of the Sea, maybe? Opponent's going to play Adventure Awaits. 2 mana sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them, put it into your hand. They revealed Tender Shoot Dryad. 2 mana, 5 mana 2/2 Ascend. At the beginning of each upkeep, you create a sapling. Saplings you control get +2/+2 as long as you have the City's Blessing. They will have the City's Blessing next turn. We can kill the Squirrel Girl here. Let's kill that. We go to combat and we swing out here. He's not going to double block Yuriko. Is he going to use Lotus Cobra or Prosperous Innkeeper as a blocker? Or is he going to go down to 4 damage? Or he'll go down to 4 life. No, he'll take the 4 damage, go down to 3. We will end the turn. We have Mana Leak that we're holding up. Omen of the Sea, which we can flash into scry 2 and draw a card. Or we have protection for one of our creatures if we want to give something hexproof. If Yuriko were to die, that would actually be better for us. So that way we can Commander Ninjutsu her back out of the command zone with the Fairy Seer. Because he does not have a reach blocker. He does not have a flying creature. He's going to play the Tender Shoot Dryad. We will Mana Leak that. Counter target spell unless his controller pays 3. And our opponent scoops. We beat the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. That's what I'm talking about. The Emrakul reveal is fire. it felt real good. Now, there's a problem with the deck, though, man. Once Yuriko is out on the field. It feels like she does less. Feels like she's not doing that much. I really want her in the command zone, but there's not a great way to get her back to the command zone or back to our hand. We could Fading Hope our own Yuriko back to our hand, I suppose. So then that way we can ninjutsu her back. That's something I'll have to keep in mind whenever we have Fading Hope, I guess. Because yeah, we'd rather get her ability to trigger. And a lot of the creatures that we're running that have the built-in evasion, they themselves are not ninjas. See, this opening hand, we are going first. We have both colors of mana. We have a turn 2 creature. All around, this looks really good. We'll start with the Obscura Storefront. Our opponent's playing Tatiova, Benthic Druid, 5 mana, 3/3, Merfolk Druid. Landfall, whenever land you control enters, you gain a life and draw a card. Very classic commander. Yeah, we're going to start with Obscura Storefront. We'll go grab a blue source. Turn 2, we'll go Moon Circuit Hacker. Turn 3, if our opponent does not have a blocker, we can just hardcast Yuriko rather than use the Commander Ninjutsu. And then that way, we don't have to recast the Moon Circuit Hacker later. But we'll see. Let's see if they got turn 1 like Land War Elves. Our Boil Grazer, even worse. We're already getting walled out. We can't get through the Grazer. It's too big and too beefy of a blocker. A 0/3, it's too much. Plays Wayward Swordtooth. 3 mana, 5/5. Ascend, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. This creature can't attack or block unless you have the city's blessing. I think here we just set up Dimir Signet. I should have hardcast Yuriko there. We will deliberate, we'll scry 2, then draw a card. Do I want either of these? Whenever you cast a historic spell, scry 1. Second black source. We have the Dimir Signet. Don't need the land. I don't think I want the assistant either. Definitely didn't want to draw into another island. Say no attacks. Yeah, I should have played Yuriko here. He only has 1 blocker on the board. Well, I was going to say, if he's able to cast Tatiova, which he is, then it wouldn't have super mattered. Drawing into another island is really, really unfortunate. I guess we just Brain Surge, draw 4, put 2 cards back. How can we deal damage? You and Shadow of Mortality go back. Shadow goes on the bottom. We play Futurist Operative here. We may potentially be setting up a 2-turn lethal. It's close. So next turn... Ah, man, maybe we have to shuffle our library. No, Ponder gets us there. Okay. His life gain is going to be a problem. So we just put Shadow of Mortality second from the top. Next turn, Futurist Operative can swing unblockable. We can bring out Yuriko with Commander Ninjutsu. We ever hardcast her? 1. Play this. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We could just hardcast Yuriko. Swing in the operative. We reveal Shadow of Mortality. Deal 15 to our opponent. He's gaining so much life. We're like so close to being able to kill him over 2 turns. Like, it's crazy how close we are. 6 mana, 3, 4, 5. I think we can do it. Assuming he doesn't gain too much more life, we're so close. I'm going to hard cast Yuriko. No, Yuriko says draw, right? Oh no. I need Shadow of Mortality to stay on top of our library, but we can't do it. Okay, Vampiric Tutor can find our second biggest card next turn. Okay, let's go to combat. Swing the Futurist Operative. Can't be blocked. Deal 1 point of damage to our opponent to... You're not a ninja! I fucking hate this card so much. Look at this card and tell me it's not a fucking ninja. It becomes a stupid human citizen when it's unblockable. And I just missed our 15 points of damage. If I had ninjutsu'd in the Yuriko instead of just swinging with the Futurist Operative, we would have gotten 15 points of damage there. We've set our opponent down to 12. We could have recast the Operative if we wanted to. But then we would have Vampiric Tutored, found our second biggest spell, put that on top. 5. We set our opponent down to 12. Let's say they gain 2 more points of damage next turn. They go up to like 14. Fuck. I can Ponder. It doesn't matter. Fuck. Nothing's connecting next turn. I needed to ninjutsu. I'm so fucking pissed that that doesn't stay a ninja. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I can't even. Ugh, and now we're playing against Kenrith. There was a chance that we win that game, and it was going to be really cool, and I don't know why I can't look at my deck. Our opponent's going first. Fuck you, Futurist Operative. We'll keep this hand. All right, turn 1 Operative. Turn 2, we will Commander Ninjutsu Yuriko onto the field. Turn Operative to our hand, deal 1 point of damage to our opponent, set them to 23. We reveal a Swamp and we have to discard a card. Let's discard... Icebreaker Kraken. Man, I don't know how Yuriko is one of the best commanders. It doesn't make any sense to me. Even with a billion fucking rares in your deck, you still gotta get lucky. There's only so much top deck manipulation that you can realistically run in the deck. And then you still need unblockable ways to get creatures out. Like, I don't understand. Oh my god, Victimize is terrifying. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard, sack a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. We can just get an Icebreaker Kraken and a Dawning Archaic onto the field if we want. We can deliberately choose not to cast spells right now. Discard Dawning Archaic to hand size. And then in 2 turns, play our big bombs. We could even sacrifice Yuriko. Discard the Dawning Archaic. Yeah, next turn, if Yuriko's alive, we're going to Victimize her. Pay 3 for a sorcery. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sack a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. We'll grab 2 big bombs. No blocks. Take 4 damage here. Let's cast Victimize. Turn these to the battlefield tapped. We got an 8/8 and a 7/7. Nice. We can also return 3 Snowlands you control to their owner's hand. Return this creature to its owner's hand. We only have 3 lands, so it's probably not worth it for Icebreaker Kraken. But that's fine. We just got 2 big bodies. Dawning Archaic says, whenever Dawning Archaic attacks, you may cast target instant sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. They're going to exile it, so it doesn't matter. They'll take 3. We take 5, we go down to 14. which is Cottage. We'll cast Environmental Sciences. What does Cottage say? With target creature card from graveyard. We'll just grab another blue source. With 2 blue sources, we can play Artificer's Assistant, Futurist Operative. We can swing the 8 damage. 8 damage is a lot. They either block with Peter Parker, which they do, or they take 8. When you're at 18, taking 8 damage, kind of a lot. So we got Peter Parker out of the way, which is good. That's something. Next turn, we could feed the Swarm, potentially kill a blocker. We have to kill Boromir, because they can sack this, and then creatures you control gain indestructible to end turn. Swing a 2/1 spider with double reach with double strike and reach. Take 4, we go down to 12. We are kind of dying a little bit. Bone shards. Do we want to bone shards something? If I swing the Kraken, does he activate his things? Both of these are sorcery, which sucks. Let's see. We could spend 2 mana to bring Yuriko in. Swing out. Let's go to blockers. Does he block the Icebreaker Kraken? He does not. That is big ballsy. Okay. We will ninjutsu in the Yuriko. We're going for game here. Bounce Operative to our hand. Bring out Yuriko. And now we will... Do we sneak in the Splinter or this? Splinter is technically more damage, right? Bounce the Artificer's Assistant to our hand. Cast the Splinter. That is 10, 11 points of damage plus 2 Yuriko triggers. We need to hit 7 CMC here total off the top 2. 7 CMC. 7 CMC. Come on. Come on. 1 and 0. No. Not like this. Not like this. All right. I can replay the Operative. And the Artificer's Assistant. Is that the move? Save the Fairy Seer for next turn. Play it before we go to combat. It's close. All right, we end the turn. He's going to take an additional point of damage for one of his lands. Love to see it. Takes 3 points of damage. Goes down to 3 to get down his Kenrith. Does he think that he wins this? How do we get 1 more point of damage? Human ninjas. We can deal 2 damage that he... Oh, he scooped. I was going to say, we can deal 2 points of damage that he won't be able to block. We could feed the Swarm this, see if he sacks his Boromir. If he does, he wouldn't be able to block a flyer. Or if he doesn't, if we're able to kill the spider, he can't block our flyer. Futurist Operative can deal 1 additional unblockable damage. That's 2. Neither of these trigger Yuriko, however. It was going to be close. Oh, actually, no, that would be lethal. Because we have the Ingenious Infiltrator in hand. We go to combat. We swing. Hell, even just the Operative would be lethal. We swing the operative. We ninjutsu in the ingenious infiltrator. It comes in as a 2/3, unblockable. Master Splinter makes it a 3/3. That's just lethal. That's just game. Okay, we had it. We had lethal. And then there still would have been a Yuriko trigger after that. Oof. These games are stressing me out. We're 5-2 with the deck. 5-2 is pretty good. Do we try to go all the way to 10? Do we try to get the 10 wins? I think we do. I would love to take the 5-2 and just dip out. 71% win rate. I would love to take this and run. I would. 5-2, 71%, 50% on the play, 80% on the draw. Would love to take this, call it a day. We'll try to get 5 more wins. Our opponent's going first, even though Brawl stresses me out. Let's see. They're playing Sorin. Okay. What does this do? +2, deal 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. During your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. -X, return target creature card, mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. The creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Okay, we have turn 1 Fairy Seer into turn 2 Yuriko. Hard to pass that up. Fairy Seer, 1/1 flying. When it enters, scry 2. We will scry both of these to the bottom. I want something bigger, higher in CMC. Opponent plays Swarm Saboteur. 2 mana, 2/2 Death Touch. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, conjure a card named Virus Beetle into your hand. That's really bad. We can't let that live. We can't let that stick around. We literally cannot let this hit us at all. We get to scry away a swamp. I don't hate it. Deal 1 damage to our opponent to 24. Here they probably just recast the Saboteur. Enduring Innocence. Okay. Let's go to combat. We will bring in Yuriko. We deal 1 to our opponent to 23. Off the top, we reveal Feed the Swarm. Okay. And we can recast Fairy Seer, scry 2. If we can, we want to put something big second from the top. Invisible Stalker. It's not something big. Second Black Source, we don't need it. We have another Swamp in hand. We'll scry both of these to the bottom. We have a removal spell for... Actually, does this destroy planeswalkers? No. We don't have removal for their Sorin. Enduring Innocence. We can swing Yuriko at the Enduring Innocence. He probably just blocks, though. If you were to kill Yuriko, that'd actually be ideal for us. Or if he just wants to swing the Enduring Innocence, that'd also be cool. He plays Chitinous Crawler, 4 mana, 4/4, Insect Horror. At the beginning of combat in your turn, choose target creature card in your graveyard, conjure a duplicate into your graveyard. A bunch of other words, don't really care. Let's feed the Swarm, kill this 4/4. We'll take 4 damage, which is a bummer. They probably block Yuriko using the Enduring Innocence. They will not. They choose not to block. Here we will deliberate. We'll scry 2, draw a card. We want to put something big second from the top. Or scry away 2 lands. We hit a 1-drop. We deal 2 damage. We get 1 Yuriko trigger. It's a Zombify. We deal 4 additional points of damage. Set our opponent to 15. It's not bad. When did we draw the prototype? I don't know, but I want this on top of our library. I don't want this in our hand. Our opponent played the Swarm Saboteur. They get to draw a card because of Enduring Innocence. I think I still need to add more ways to make Yuriko unblockable. I think we need to cut out like 2 or 3 lands, add in 2 or 3 more ways to make Yuriko herself unblockable. Because again, once she's out on the field, she doesn't do shit. Oh, you know what? Tetsuko should be in the deck. Tetsuko Umizawa. That should be in our library. And maybe even the card that turns all creatures into ninjas, or every creature type. Should probably be running that. Here we can play Changeling Outcast, which isn't bad. We can get this Cold Steel Heart out of the way. Select black. Go to combat, swing the Fairy Seer. He's going to swing the Swarm Saboteur at us. I want to block with Yuriko. I don't want him to make us discard anything. Although, if we give him the Virus Beetle, we could discard Prototype X8 and then zombify it back. To cast Marauding Blight Priest. Lame. Would I rather recast Yuriko and get 2 triggers, or bring back a Prototype X8? It's got to be the Yuriko. Swing the Death Touch. We block using Yuriko. Do I want to kill the Swarm Saboteur? No. We'll take 3. We go down to 14. Move our commander to the command zone. We'll flash in Cyber Cryptomancer. We will back up the Changeling Outcast because it is a ninja. Our opponent gains a bunch more life. Okay. See, Artificer's Assistant. When you cast a historic spell, scry 1. We can either get a scry 1 or we can get 2 Yuriko triggers here. Go for the 2 Yuriko. We hope we hit big. Commander Ninjutsu. Return the Fairy Seer to our hand. Deal 3 points of damage. Set our opponent to 17. We get 2 triggers. 3 additional damage. 1 additional damage. Set our opponent to 13. It's not terrible. Definitely not terrible. We can set up Fairy Seer. We'll get to scry 2. We want to scry something big. Second from the top. We hit 2 lands. We can play Artificer's Assistant. And Ninja of the Hand. This just as a Death Toucher. Oh. It's so stressful. We've scried a lot of cards to the bottom of our library. Look at that. That's like 10 cards on the bottom of our library. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A bunch of them are lands. Okay, he swings a bunch of stuff. Valkyrie's Call. Whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, return that card to the battlefield. Earns owner's control with +1/+1 counter on it, has flying, and is an angel in addition to its other types. I used this card. So it's only if their stuff dies. Cryptomancer could block here. Their thing won't die. We can trade with the token if we need to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. He's swinging exactly lethal at us. We could block here, which is a bummer because I would prefer to keep a ninja, but this can't deal any damage anyway, so it's fine. We need the Artificers. Are we casting a historic spell next turn? I don't think so. I don't think we'll get the scry. We could stop another 3 points of damage here. But do we need to? We could go down to 10. I don't think we die. Four, 7, 10. We'll go to 3. Opponent's up to 15. Go down to 2. They have 2 mana left. They play a Virus Beetle. We'll discard Prototype X8. Did we just die to Marauding Blight Priest? No. Down to 1. Does zombifying this help us at all? Is there anything good to zombify? Can zombify the Cyber Cryptomancer back? When this enters, it does nothing. It says whenever another creature you control enters, if you cast it, sacrifice it. If you do, conjure a duplicate of it onto the battlefield. We could zombify Prototype X8 back, cast a Slither Blade. That does nothing for us though. So I think we just swing out and pray. All right. We set our opponent to 11. We get his Valkyrie's Call will trigger. Those Virus Beetle comes back. Fuck, did we just die? We discard a Slither Blade. He gains a life, so we lose a life to the Marauding Blight Priest. Are you serious? It's so lame. That's so lame. We didn't even get our Yuriko triggers. God damn it, dude. That's garbage. All right, let's go to our deck. We need to cut some lands. Got a swamp, cut an island. Tetsuko Umizawa should be in our deck. And let's see. Can't be blocked. Maybe Atomic Microsizer. No, Aether Tunnel. Quick creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. We'll add both of these into the deck. Maybe Security Bypass too. Enchant creature, as long as enchanted creature is attacking alone, it can't be blocked. Enchant creature has one of those creatures deals combat damage to a player, it can knives. Add in Security Bypass. Cut out another swamp. I don't know how much Witch's Cottage is really going to do for us at this point. We have to have 3 other swamps out onto the battlefield for this to come in untapped and get value. We have 14, 15, 16 swamps. It might not be doing that much for our deck. All right, we're now 5 and 3 with the deck. Bummer. Should have quit while we were ahead. Should have ended 5 and 2. Opponent's playing Mondrak Glory Dominus. They are going to be a creature heavy deck. Ooh, the Brainstorm and Vampiric Tutor. Its opening hand is sick. We go turn 2, Invisible Stalker. Turn 3, we Commander Ninjutsu the Yuriko. And in response, we can either Brainstorm or Vampiric Tutor. Vampiric Tutor would be a guaranteed 15 points of damage. That's a lot of damage. And Brainstorm is like a maybe. Our opponent's playing white. They do have access to instant speed removal for 1 mana. So after we ninjutsu in Yuriko, perfect. They tap out. Oh, we don't have enough mana actually to use Yuriko's ability and cast one of our spells. We'll go to blockers. We will Commander Ninjutsu in the Yuriko. We'll deal 1 damage to our opponent, set them to 24. We need to hit a land here, actually. We do. Feels bad that we had to waste our turn for that, but we did. We needed that land. All right, well, what are we doing now? We're gonna take 4 damage here. 2 poison counters. We could just reset up Invisible Stalker. And Artificer's Assistant. We'll swing the Yuriko. If they have a combat trick, we don't care if Yuriko dies. No, they just give us the Aspirant, which is interesting. Swing Jawbone Duelist. We'll take the damage. We're up to 4 poison counters. We're at 17 life. It's okay. Play the Mondrak. Fuck. We drew the Shadow of Mortality. No, it's fine. It's fine. It sucks, but it's fine. We can do this. We can Brainstorm. Put it back on top. We can sneak in Splinter to get our trigger. Go to combat, swing both of these. Can't be blocked. We will sneak in Splinter in place of the Artificer's Assistant because Invisible Stalker costs 2 mana to cast, so it's harder to recast from our hand. We will now Brainstorm, draw 3 cards, put 2 cards back, Shadow, and Kami of Relentless Shadows. Shadow of Mortality will go on top. We deal 2, set our opponent to 22. Yuriko triggers. We deal a ton of damage to our opponent. We set him down to 7. We play Artificer's Assistant here. We end the turn. Okay, we're looking at lethal next turn. Next turn, we can Aether Tunnel on either Splinter or Yuriko. Make it unblockable. And in response, we can Vampiric Tutor something big. Swinging with our creatures, we're going to take 8 damage here. Say no blocks. We go up to 6 poison counters. We're still not dead. He has a 1-drop instant speed removal spell that could be a problem for us. He's 2 blockers. We just got to go for it. Aether Tunnel, Yuriko. He's getting priority. Hate that. Go to combat. Swing out. Next to blockers. He has a removal spell for Yuriko. Does he double block Splinter? He double blocks the Splinter. We will Vampiric Tutor here. Search for something big, put it on top. Emrakul. That's big. We put it on top. We take 2 damage. That's game. Oh, Yuriko triggers. We reveal the Emrakul. We deal 13, set our opponent to -11. Oh my god. So stressful. Stressing me out. But that's another dub. We're now 6-3 with the deck. 4 more wins, and I will say that the deck is good. Good enough. Whew. Very stressful. After this, after we get our 10 wins, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to go get lunch. It is 12:16. I should really hit the gym today. What are the odds that I actually go after lunch? Probably very low. See, our opponent's going first. We do not have access to both colors of mana, so I'm going to mulligan. Triple island feels good. Let's mulligan again. Okay, we will keep 6. We have both colors of mana. We have a Vampiric Tutor. Pondering Mage, we'll probably throw that back. Opponent's playing Lathril, Blade of the Elves. 4 mana, 2/3 menace. Whenever Lathril deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 elf green warrior creature tokens. This is going to be a tough battle for sure. Turn 2, I think we just set up Splinter. It's already doing elf stuff. I could go environmental sciences. Are we dead in 2 more turns from now? I go environmental sciences. I grab an island. Next turn, we could try to just hard cast Yuriko. If they don't have a removal spell for Yuriko, it's good. We go Yuriko into Aether Tunnel. And then Vampiric Tutor. Lathril's already coming out, though. Do we have to poison the cup here to not die? Is this too much pressure? We'll destroy Lathril. Going second against elves is just super unlucky. Elves, their deck just explodes onto the board. If you're not running a board wipe, which we are not, you're in for a bad day. Tyvar, okay.
Let's see what this hex gold can do. Share in my glory.
They bring a Skemfar Avenger from the graveyard. Whenever another elf or berserker you control dies, you draw a card, lose 1 life. Oh, that's our Emrakul. Just gonna hard cast the Yuriko. We have to hope they don't have removal. We're probably losing this one. Do they recast Lathril? Nope. Feed the Swarm Yuriko. You take 3. Move her back to our command zone. We need a 1-drop creature. Give me a 1-drop creature, please. Let me cast 2 creatures in a turn, please. We're gonna take 5 damage here. We go down to 18. Elven Ambush, that's a problem. We're probably dead next turn.
We can do this all day.
We can't win this. Our deck was too slow. We missed some land drops. We've missed 2 land drops already. And we don't have enough damage to one-shot him from 21 damage. Or from 21 life.
Rally, my friend.
We can't even get Splinter to connect. No, this is super scuffed. That was just bad all around. We didn't even get to play that match. All right, we're 6-4 with the deck. Up next, we're going against Gashath, Sun's Avatar. We're going first. That's good. Got two drop creatures. Also good. We maybe just play Nezumi Prowler. This will give itself Death Touch and Lifelink. So hopefully if he plays a creature here, it'll be like a Mana Dork or something. Something he doesn't want to lose to the Death Touch. He's going to Bushwhack for a land. That's great for us. Here we can just hardcast Yuriko. If we ninjutsu her out, we have 1 additional mana. It does nothing for us. Just play Yuriko. Go to combat. We'll deal 3, set our opponent down to 22. We get a trigger. We hit the Dawning Archaic for 10 damage. Our opponent's at 12 life already, and we're at 28. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Our opponent's going to play Scale Speaker Shepherd, 3 mana, 2/1 human druid. Once creature enters, draft a card from its spellbook. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. They will probably block our Nezumi Prowler using that. Let's get the Obscura Storefront out of our hand. We'll go grab a Swamp, pull this out of the deck. One of our creatures will connect here. We could just play Silver Fur Master. Now that makes his block with the Prowler better. Let's scour all possibilities. Let's scry 2, then draw a card. Icebreaker Kraken is game. No, I had to leave it second on top. Oh, I hate myself so much. I'm the worst at this game. We're going to swing in. He's going to block the Nezumi Prowler. Oh, I really hate myself so much. You don't even know. This will be a 2/2. Is that better? Would I rather keep the Prowler around? Sure. No. Shut up, opponent. We'll deal 1 damage to our opponent. 2/11. We deal 3 damage with Cruel Tutor. That should have been game over. Oh, please don't let me throw this. The deck doesn't deserve a loss here. It won. Our deck won this match. I can't even cast the Cruel Tutor here because he's just going to block. We have to poison the cup, kill this thing. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Deal 1, set our opponent to 7. Bone Shards. We'll discard, I don't know, one of our big boys. When it enters, artifacts and creatures target opponent control don't untap during that player's next untap step. We'll get rid of the Kraken. Oh my god, if this had been our other tutor, if I just hadn't been stupid, this would have been game over. It's so disappointing. We can kill the ranging raptors. Brainstorm. Put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Okay, who's bigger? Emrakul, this is game. Bone Shards. Discard a card. Kill the ranging raptors. Discard Essence Scatter. Brainstorm, draw 3. Put 2 cards back. Put back Emrakul and the Dawning Archaic. Emrakul on top. Go to combat. Deal 1. Reveal. Deal 13 damage. Set our opponent to -8. I can't believe I almost threw that. Bro, we had him on like turn 4. That was going to be like a turn 4 lethal. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so dumb. All I had to do was put it second from the top. All right. Well, we got the win. We're now 7-4 with the deck. 3 more. That's all I need. Man, I really want to go get lunch. My sister texted me a little while ago. She's taking a 5-hour drive to Kentucky right now. So she wanted to call me so I can just, I don't know, yap on the phone with her during her drive. But I need to get lunch. I should work out. If I don't go work out right after this stream ends, I'm not going to work out for today. It's just, I know it's not happening because I'm going to eat lunch. It's going to be big. I'm going to go get Chipotle. And my workout for today is going to involve the Stairmaster. If I try to use the Stairmaster on a full stomach, I'm going to fucking throw up everywhere. I guarantee it. That machine is brutal. Our opponent's going first. We don't have access to both colors of mana. We will take a free mulligan here. Still don't have access to both colors of mana because the game hates us. Mulligan. Again. We'll keep this, I guess. No 1 or 2 drop creatures now, though. And we're going up against Adina, who's coming out before our creature. Ooh, Triton Shorestalker is almost nice. If we can find a swamp off the top of our library here, this would be very nice. Ooh, we got the swamp. This is now very nice. Commander Ninjutsu, the Yuriko. We deal 1. We get our reveal. 0 extra damage. Our opponent passes with a bunch of mana up. Very suspicious. Let's go to combat with Yuriko. Go to damage. We deal 1. And we get an additional 4 points of damage. That's pretty nice. We'll set up Triton Shorestalker here. They didn't kill our Yuriko. That's interesting. And they're holding priority for something. They might just have full control on. We're going to cast Environmental Sciences here. We'll grab another blue source. We'll pass. Is he going to destroy Yuriko now? After we dealt damage? After we dealt 5 damage to you? Assassin's Trophy. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. We can search for a basic. Okay. Bold choice. Maybe they have another removal spell? Maybe they know they can set up blockers. In theory, they can set up blockers. So let's see here. We can feed the swarm to get rid of this. We can also bone shards to get rid of this. Just go feed the swarm, kill his 3/3. So Yuriko can swing. We will deliberate, scry tooth, and draw a card. Shredder's technique is 3 extra points of damage. We can just leave that, but I have another removal spell in hand. I'm not super concerned about that. We'll just risk it. We draw a land. We deal 1 point of damage. Show me something big. Another land. I hate everything. That's our 3rd Yuriko trigger, and we've only dealt 4 damage. Pondering Mage. When it enters, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, draw a card. So if we see something good on top, we put it 2nd from the top. 2nd from the top. Valgavoth, 2nd from the top. Bitter Triumph. Do I want that on top? Over the Fairy Seer? Sure. Decline to shuffle. We draw the Bitter Triumph. We deal 1 with Yuriko. We reveal the Valgavoth. We deal additional 9. Set our opponent down to 8. We'll discard an island. We're getting close. We have 2 removal spells in hand for any blockers he may set up here. Next turn, we will draw into the Fairy Seer. We can play it. Our opponent goes down to 3 life, which is crazy. They cast Vicious Rivalry, 4 mana. As additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. Wow. Then they cast an enchantment class, Alchemy. Ugh, Alchemy card. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, mill 2. Second part, whenever a land you control enters, creature cards in your graveyard perpetually get +1/+1. Okay, whatever. We need to set up creatures. Witch's Cottage. We can put Pondering Mage back on top of our library if we want. I don't hate it. We could also Bone Shards to discard Valgavoth. Use Forever Young to put Valgavoth back. Playing Fairy Seer for sure. We'll scry 2. Emrakul second from the top. Okay. Play the Ingenious Infiltrator. Play a Swamp. End the turn. If one of our creatures survives, should just be game. Should. Binding of the Old Gods. They're going to destroy the Infiltrator. They have 1 mana available. That's game. We got there. I just have to ninjutsu in Yuriko. Commander ninjutsu Yuriko. Bounce the Fairy Seer to our hand. We deal 1 point of damage, set our opponent down to 2, reveal the Emrakul. -13. And that is a dub. We're now 8-4 with the deck. Beautiful. BEA, beautiful. 2 more wins, that's all we need. After we get these 2 wins, I'm gonna go pee. And then, do I go to the gym? Do I go to the gym? If I could, I would say if I could talk to my sister while I'm working out, that would be fine. But 1, that's rude to do in the gym. No one wants to hear your conversation. 2, if I'm on the stair climber, I'm going to be so out of breath, I wouldn't be able to hold a conversation anyway. A stair climber, it's really no joke. I never do cardio, so my cardio is ass, but it's extra tough. You want me to spend an hour on the treadmill? I can do that. You want me to spend an hour on the stair climber? Dead. I'm already dead. Our opponent's going first. Let's see. This opening hand. It can work. We'd be relying very heavily on our Nezumi Prowler. Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan. 3 mana, 3/3 trample. Whenever Felithar enters or attacks, you may sack a non-land permanent. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's so cool. He's going to have a lot of small creatures. We do have Aether Tunnel. We do have Security Bypass. But that means we're going Prowler on 2. We have to hope it doesn't die, and then we play Security Bypass on turn 3. Then turn 4, we play Yuriko, which is, like I said, really slow. It's really slow, and it all banks on our Nezumi Prowler staying alive. If they have removal for it, we're in a bad spot. Don't kill it. Opponent just played Bagel and Schmear. What a fun little food. Our opponent passes with mana up. Very suspicious. Let's go to combat. Swing the Nezumi Prowler. They have priority from their food. We will Commander Ninjutsu here. Do they kill Yuriko? We have 2 of our big bombs in hand. We deal 1. Deal an additional 2 with an Essence Scatter. Let's discard prototype X8. Okay, okay. Could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. They're gonna play Hopeful Initiate. Will Yuriko live? They sack their food to gain 3 life. I am okay with this. So here we go, either Security Bypass or Aether Tunnel. It's the same thing, basically. We'll go Security Bypass. This will give us a Connive. That'll help us find a land. Swing 1 unblockable, set our opponent to 24. We deal 2 damage with Splinter. Here we can discard something. We don't hit a land still. I know I cut 2 lands, but this is ridiculous. I will discard the negate. And the Dawning Archaic, I guess. Our opponent's up to 5 mana. They still can't cast their commander, though. That is unfortunate for them. They're missing 1 color. They swing their Hopeful Initiate. We take a damage. We go to 24. They increase their speed to level 2. Play Spider UK. 3/4. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card and gain 2 life. We're going to go to... What does Connive say? Connive says, have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard a card if you discard a non-land. I don't think it matters whether we draw first from that or if we reveal with Yuriko first. Let's play Omen of the Sea. We need to hit a 4th land, dude. Visible Stalker. Move that to the bottom. We draw the land. Go to combat. Deal 2 with Yuriko, set our opponent to 20. We will draw a talisman. Ooh. Wait, which one was the damage? We'll discard this 5-drop. Please tell me Kraken. What was that? There's no way. We didn't get the 12 damage? Did we at least get 2 from Talisman? Bro, that's so unlucky. That's such an unlucky 50-50. 12 damage. Next turn, our opponent can play their commander finally. 12 points of damage that we could have had. Did he even lose damage to Yuriko's ability, man? If he took the extra 2, I didn't even notice. And that's 3 of our big bombs already, though. Our opponent's going to cast Honor, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, draw a card. I just used this in the deck. They swing Spider, UK at us. Take 4, we go down to 20. Okay, what do? We can sack this to scry 2. I need to go to gameplay, auto, order, triggered abilities. We got to turn this off, which sucks. It's really annoying. We will do that. Sack Omen of the Sea will scry 2. Nothing on top, that's good. I kept the Essence Scatter. I got rid of Negate. So we don't have protection for our creature. That sucks. Go to combat. We'll deal 3, set our opponent to 16. Let's connive first. This was only going to matter if we knew what was on top. If we had seen something big on top and left it, we would have made sure that we connived correctly. Forever Young will be good. Let's discard Icebreaker Kraken. Forever Young can put one of our big bombs on top of our library. So this will be relevant for next turn. Here, I'm just going to play Nezumi Prowler. Or set up another creature. So, in theory, next turn, what we can do, if we have both of our creatures on the field, we can Aether Tunnel onto the Nezumi Prowler. That's 7 damage. We can cast Forever Young, put our Kraken back on top of our library, and that should just be lethal. That requires both of our creatures to still be alive. If we have only one of them alive, let's say they kill Yuriko, our Nezumi Prowler will deal 3 damage, 13 plus 12. That's not enough. We'll be 1 point of damage short. Maybe Splinter, we can play that. Oh, Maskwood Nexus. That was the card I was thinking about adding to our deck. Creatures you control are every creature type. He swings Spider-Man UK or Spider UK at us. We go down to 16. Mana leak, not bad to see here. Okay, so we will Aether Tunnel the Nezumi Prowler. We'll cast Forever Young. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Let's cast this. We'll put you, and you. We'll put our 3 big bombs on top. And then we have to draw a card. So we will draw the smallest. We'll draw the prototype. We now go to combat. Do both of these connect? If our opponent has a removal spell here, we could mana leak it. We'd be fine. We deal 8. We set our opponent down to 8. Connive last. We reveal the Dawning Archaic. We win the game. Boom. 10 damage. Set our opponent to -2. Beautiful. Perfection. And for that, it was important to go into my settings and turn off the auto ordering for activated abilities or triggered abilities. Triggered. Yeah, you want to turn off auto order triggered abilities. See, with that, we are 9-4 with the deck. We need one more victory. One more dub. Can we do it? I think we can. We have a 75% win rate on the play right now, and we have a 67% win rate on the draw, excuse me. We won the last 2 games on the draw. It's pretty good. Now, I will point out our last opponent, they were struggling really hard to find the colors of mana that they needed. Did they even cast their commander? I don't think they did. But even so, our deck was able to capitalize and get the win. And we got to see the synergy with the card Forever Young. I think this is the first time we've really gotten use out of the card. And it's nice to see it pay off. It is. Our opponent's going first. They're playing Myrel, Shield of Argive. She's pretty scary. Definitely don't want to go second against her. She's going to be creature heavy. Negate, Bitter Triumph, Moon Circuit Hacker. I don't think this hand beats her. We're going to take the free mulligan. This hand looks pretty similar. This is going to be a really tough matchup. I don't want to say that I think we're already going to lose, but I think we're going to lose. They Enlighten Tutor on turn 1. That's real bad. Turn 2. All right, they grab Arcane Signet. So they're trying to get their commander out next turn already. We can set up Undead Hand Ninja. They're not going to block they're not going to use Myrel to block Undead Hand Ninja. This says whenever Myrel attacks, create X11 tokens. During your turn, where X is number of soldiers you control. Oh, they don't play it. They play Brimaz, King of Oreskos. 3 mana, 3/4 Vigilant. 3 mana, 3/4 Vigilance. Whenever Brimaz attacks, creates a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance that's attacking. Whenever Brimaz blocks a creature, create a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance that's blocking that creature. My god. So how do we deal damage ever? We just don't, not with our current hand. What am I doing with 3 mana here? Set up Ninja of the Hand. Let's see if he wants to block Death Touch. He does not want to block Death Touch. Okay. Let's bring out Yuriko. We will deal 1. We reveal Bone Shards off the top. We can Bone Shards, kill the Bramaz, discard who? Ninja of the Hand, maybe? I like the Death Touch. Maybe Moon Circuit Hacker. Bramaz will die. Opponent plays land tax, okay. And Boromir. Do we just play Undead Hand Ninja? We don't have a lot of outs for Boromir that we could draw into. In fact, the only thing I can think of is Fading Hope for 1 mana, but that's in blue, and we'd have to either Omen of the Sea or Brainstorm to get to it, which does not help us. I think I just play Ninja of the Hand. And we do not play our land for turn because our opponent has a land tax out. If we have more lands than them, they get to fetch 3 planes out of their library. I don't want to give them that. They play the Myro. Okay. It's Omen of the Sea. We'll scry 2, then draw a card. Ooh, Cruel Tutor is really good. We will draw the Bitter Triumph. Let's go to combat, swing Ninja of the Hand. They could block using Myrel and then sacrifice Boromir to give it indestructible, which they are going to do. They take 3 additional damage. They go down to 18. I want to give them another land next turn. Do I have any way to make my creatures unblockable? I can Bitter Triumph, get rid of one of his creatures, which means one of our creatures will be able to connect. I need 4 mana next turn to cast the Cruel Tutor. Yes. This guy's annoying me. I think I'll discard this Zombify. I don't think it's doing anything for us right now. He's going to play a Roaming Throne. Human. Oh, he chooses Soldier over Human? I think it's the wrong call. Changeling Outcast is nice. Play Undead Hand Ninja. This dude's really annoying me. All right, let's see if 1 additional planes is enough for him to ruin us. Glaring Fleshraker. Okay. Resolute Reinforcements. Okay. Swing both of these. Swing all of those. What, 10 damage? Did we just die? Why is this activating so slow? Yeah, we just lost. Okay, well that was garbage. Well, I didn't expect to win, but I also did not expect to lose to that garbage. That's just dumb. And we only had like 4 mana for that whole game. We found an unblockable creature, but we found it too late. We weren't going to win anyway, but it's still annoying. We were going to play our Changeling Outcast, so that way next turn we could swing something unblockable. We could have tutored in response. Why won't you let me see my deck? Why do I have to press Alt Q to do this? Why are you being stupid, Untapped? Why do I have to press Alt Q to do that? Why can't I just click the button like normal? All right, our opponent's going first. Well, we can work with this. Turn 1, Futurist Operative. We're going against the infamous Cruel Claw. I think this commander was pretty popular when it came out. 3 mana, 3/3 Menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile cards from top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card by discarding card rather than paying its mana cost. That's insane. We go to combat here. We ninjutsu in Yuriko. Deal 1, set our opponent to 24. We reveal Victimize. Our opponent takes an additional 3. We will discard Prototype X8. We have removal next turn with Shredder's Technique if we want to use that. I would rather get Preordain. I'd rather cast Preordain, scry 2, then draw a card, and set up Futurist Operative again. We're going to exile our commander. It's fine. Let's play out Splinter, Operative, and pass. They play their commander. We can kill it. We can kill it for 1 black with a sneak here, but we need a second black source to Commander Ninjutsu Yuriko out. Cruel Claw comes out. Sneak. If you cast a spell for black, if you also return, you may cast a spell for black if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during the declared blocker step. I don't really want to sneak that out. That's damage. That's damage. Man, I really wish I had double black here. Deal 2, set our opponent to 19. I think I'm just going to cast the Shredder's Technique, kill the Cruel Claw. I guess I could have snuck out. I could have used Sneak. I bounced the Futurist Operative to our hand. We have 2 blue mana. We replay Operative, replay, and then just play Fairy Seer. Play Ral Zarek. They return Cruel Claw from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. They're going to Swamp Cycle. Ninja of the Hand. Get Zombify back to Prototype X8. I want to kill Ral. Also want to play Yuriko. Let's play the Yuriko. Then let's play the Fairy Seer when it enters Scry 2. I'll put something big on top. A Brain Surge is not super big. It's 3 additional points of damage. I don't hate it. Put the Omen of the Sea on the bottom. Splinter can go face. Futurist Operative can kill Ral. We get the trigger. We get to draw the Brain Surge, deal 3 additional points. Deal 3 additional damage to our opponents, set them to 15. Our decks are very similar. Both of our commanders want to... He wants to cheat things out, but both of our commanders want to deal damage to our opponent and then try to high roll off the top of your deck. It's very interesting. They're pretty similar. And I think they are pretty similar in design. Yeah, one is trying to cheat them out and the other is trying to draw the card and deal damage, but still. Both would benefit from top deck manipulation. Both want to deal damage. He's going to victimize. That's funny because he knows that we have a victimize in hand. So he brings back Shefet Archfiend. All the creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. And Marlboro. Excuse me. When this enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of the library. So we have to discard something. Let's discard Ninja of the Hand. And what do we exile? 2 lands and a security bypass. It's not that bad at all. He plays an artifact equipment. That's perfect. That's great. We're going to get 2 Yuriko triggers here. If we hit something big, we can potentially just end the game. I think we start with the Brain Surge or maybe the Preordain. Let's go Preordain. No, let's go Brain Surge. Draw 4. Put 2 cards back. Vampiric Tutor. That's game. We got it. We got there. Put 2 cards into the library. 2 swamps are fine. We cast the Vampiric Tutor. We grab our big bomb, put it on top. Shadow of Mortality. Take 2. Go to combat. We deal 3 damage to our opponent to 12. We allow the Yuriko trigger to happen. We reveal Shadow of Mortality, deal 15 to our opponent, set them down to -3. And that is victory number 10 with the budget Yuriko deck. That's what I'm talking about. We did it. We got there. We got the 10 wins. Feels great. Overall, we went 10-5 with the deck. 67% win rate, 75% on the play, 64% on the draw. Total play time, 1 hour and 39 minutes. Not bad at all. We went 5-3 with version number 1 of this deck. Then we cut out 3 lands. We added in an Aether Tunnel, Security Bypass, and a Tetsuko Umizawa. And then that version of the deck went 5-2. And none of these were free wins. We did get a free win during version 1 of the deck. Let's see. Yeah, this one lasted for 1 minute. Our opponent just scooped. But nice. This 5-2. Yeah, we got those 5 wins. The Gordon was maybe a little bit free, because he got stuck with lands. But we'll take it. That's it. That's the deck. We're done. You want to see the full deck? Here's the full deck. Cool. Well, that's it. That's going to wrap up today's stream. We did it. We figured out the Yuriko deck. We made it work. Feels great. I still need to pee. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat lunch. I need to call my sister. I got to do a bunch of stuff. And potentially start working on making this a video. I should start making this a video. But cool. So yeah, if you want the deck list, be on the lookout for this video. I'll be posting it on YouTube, obviously. And I will have a copy of the deck list down in the description, or I will have a link to the deck list in the description. I'll throw the deck list onto my Mox field. The link will take you there. But that's going to wrap it up. Yeah. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about the Yuriko deck finally coming together. It took a lot of games. Watch, if I go back to my Untapped, See, constructed, play, unranked Brawl. This doesn't look like a lot of games. This says 12 and 7. We did play her in ranks, where we went 7 and 15. It's also including my mono white deck though. Went 3 and 12 with Yuriko. That's 15 games of Yuriko yesterday. Plus another 19 today. I can't do that math. 19 plus 15 is what, 34? 34 matches of Yuriko to finally get a solid deck list. 34 matches is kind of a lot for Brawl. Look at this. This time played, 2 hours, 12 minutes total. See, 212 plus another 121. It's like 3.5 hours at least for Yuriko. Probably closer to another half hour for the other two. That was a lot of work, but I'm glad we got there. All right, yeah.